quote the same bit. I don't know if there's a template complaint letter at the back of the Bible or something, but it says, it's reading the Bible, Galatians 6:7. That's not in the Bible, is it? That's a video game. They can't quote 1980s video games and think that gives them moral authority. Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. Well, look, if I reap what I sow, doesn't that mean when I die, God's just going to really take the piss out of me? Probably in a show called Richard Herring on a unicycle or something. I mean, that would be... To be honest, I could take that. I'd be quite flattered by it, that you give me the attention, you know. I don't think... surely if I can take a joke, God can take a joke, right? I mean, you'd think so, but not according to this woman. She sent me a list of some of the people who've mocked God in history and the terrible things that have happened to them as a direct result. Now, you'd imagine, like, there's 2,000 years of just the Christian God. You think a lot of people have said some awful things about God. This is going to be a long list. And just by coincidence, they would have immediately died straight away afterwards, right, in 2,000 years. Let's see which examples she managed to come up with, people who've mocked God. The first one is John Lennon. And then in brackets it says singer. No, I'm glad that's there, personally, because I wasn't quite sure who she meant with John... Oh, the singer John Lennon. Oh, sorry, I didn't... Of course, how stupid of me, the singer John. You know what he said? He said that the Beatles were more famous than Jesus. It says here, and he said that in 1966. It says, Lennon, after saying the Beatles were more famous than Jesus Christ, was shot 6 times. 14 years later, after he'd apologised. That's no good, is it? It has to be... That isn't even mocking God anyway, but it has to be immediate. If God had reached down from heaven and immediately shot John Lennon in the face, then I'd be a bit scared. But it can't just be at any point, because of doing this show, at some point in the next 50 to 60 years, I might die. That's not enough. Because of this show, I'm no longer immortal, according to this. That is not enough. The next one is Tancredo Neves. And then in brackets it says President of Brazil. And you're glad the brackets were there this time, aren't you? Because you didn't know. You were all laughy, weren't it, when you want you and you. Now you're sharp, you hypocrites. I hate you all. Tancredo Neves, who everyone knows was the President of Brazil. During the presidential campaign, Tancredo Neves said if he got 500,000 votes, not even God would remove him from this presidency. Is this the best mockery of God they've managed to get? This is the second one on it. Sure, he got the votes, but he got sick a day before being made president, then he died. Bit more immediate with Tancredo Neves, wasn't it? 14 years for John Lennon, Tancredo Neves, fast-tracked. Within a month there, he was killed. What did Tancredo Neves say about me? He said you couldn't remove him from office, God. Did he say that about me? How dare he mock me like I can remove him from office? I'm God. Was it political invective? It's no matter if it's political. I can remove... I hate Tancredo Neves. I don't know why I even invented Tancredo Neves. He should kill Tancredo Neves immediately. What about John Lennon? John Lennon's still alive. And you remember he's in 66. He said, forget about John Lennon. Put him to the back of the queue. Kill Tancredo Neves. Saying I can't move him from office is much worse than what John Lennon did. So, do you want to worship a God who kills someone for something like that? I mean, there's surely a better response to that. If God was upset by that, surely it would have been better to get Tancredo Neves to get 499,999 votes, lose by 1 vote. That would be... Then he could have slipped up in some dog shit or something. That would seem an appropriate response. To kill him? Is that kind of God to kill somebody who needs a joke about you? I don't like if I like this God. The next one is Cazuzu, who is a Brazilian composer and singer. I think this email might have originated in Brazil. It's just a guess. During a show in Rio, where Cazuzu was smoking a cigarette, he puffed out some smoke into the air and said, God, that's for you. That isn't even mocking God. That's giving God some of your cigarette. At worst, that is passive smoking. That is not. Cazuzu died at the age of 32 of lung cancer in a horrible manner. What the hell is going on with God? God, someone gave him some smoke. That's a massive overreaction. So I don't think God's a bit thin-skinned here. What did Cazuzu say about me? Nothing, God. He was offering him some smoke. He was mocking me. I didn't hear it all, but I heard my name mentioned. I'm a paranoid. Kill Cazuzu. Is Tancredo Neves still alive? Yes, it's... Well, kill Tancredo Neves. Then kill Cazuzu in a horrible... How dare he mock me? Sending smoke up to heaven. If anyone sends up smoke to heaven, I'll kill them. Oh, I'm going to have to kill all of the Roman Catholics now, I know. And there are child killers walking around, nothing's happened to them, because who offers God some cigarette is killed. This guy is he's a prick. God is a prick. I've already said something worse than those on this list. The fourth one is my second favourite on here. It's entitled The Man Who Built the Titanic. Couldn't be bothered to Google that and find out. But fucking, I put in the work on the first three. I had to Google John Lennon, find out what he did. Turned out he was a singer. Got the other three. No one will have read this far. Everyone will have been convinced by the brilliance of the first three. The man who built the Titanic, he must have been tired. It's a massive ship. A report asked him how safe the Titanic would be. With an ironic tone, he replied, "Not even God could sink it." The result, I think you all know what happened to the Titanic. It sank, Trev. Everyone was killed. It hit an iceberg and sank. So in that case, someone hasn't really mocked God. They've mentioned him. And what God has done to punish him is sink a ship with thousands of people on it, killing hundreds of them, not including the bloke who actually said that, who escaped in a life raft. So don't mock God or travel in any transport designed by someone who's mocked God. That is the new rule. Next time you get on the bus, go, "Excuse me, do you know if the person who built this bus ever mocked God or really just mentioned him, sent him any kind of gifts in smoke form or other form?" I'm not sure I'm going to get on. That one isn't even true, that's an apocryphal story. So by the sixth one, there's a couple of shit ones here, and then there's a sixth one. They've had to start really making them up. But that's not fair, this one might be true. You can tell it's true from the way that nobody in this story has a name, and all the things in it that are mentioned in it couldn't possibly have happened. Apart from that, it is true. In Campanas, Brazil, why didn't God just wipe out Brazil? I said that would save a lot of aggravation for the rest of us. A group of friends drunk went to pick up a friend. The mother accompanied the girl to the car, was so worried about the drunkenness of the people in the car. What do you think she did? Probably as a mum, probably said, "Don't get in the car, you'll get killed." So don't get in there. That's what a mum would do. That's probably what she did. Oh no, she didn't. She said to her daughter who was already in the car, "My daughter, go with God and may he protect you." I think if anyone deserves to die in this entire email, it's the mother who lets her daughter get into a car with a drunk driver and then just casts a magic spell over and hopes that will suffice. That is not good enough. The daughter responded, "Only if God travels in the trunk, because inside here, it's already full." Slam! Yeah, she's taken God down there. She's mocked God good and proper. With her basic statements of fact based on volume and geometry. God must be furious with that girl now. I mean, he is omnipresent, God, so technically he is in the trunk. Don't let that worry you. He's still furious. What did she say? What did that girl say? And I couldn't quite hear because we've been in the trunk. What did she say? She said you were in the trunk of the car. How dare she say that about me? I am God. This is the worst mockery of me I've ever. Of the 6 mockeries of me there have been in history, this is by far the worst one. Now